Hola, friends. We are the good doctors of Abbey Research. I'm Dr. Erin,
I'm Dr. Kristen.
and we're continuing our coverage of Indian Culture Month that we made up. It is not a officially designated month in the United States. We don't care. We want to talk about Indian culture, and we're doing it.
Yep.
So we made up a month. We've already talked about Bride and Prejudice, which was fantastic. But we decided to go from there into full-on Bollywood, folks. And we don't have a whole lot to say about this film except how much we loved it, but we wanted to make a video anyway. So we watched the Bollywood classic, Dilwale,
According to BuzzFeed and several of our friends.
Oh, and the entire country of India, because it's been on repeat it's been in the movie theaters for 27 years, which is what I found on Wikipedia. It is the longest running film in Bollywood history. So Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, which is about like the one who has the heart will take the bride away. Why, thank you for the Hindi translation. Lovely man on YouTube. And it is for a 1995 classic of Bollywood cinema that is just 3.5 hours of a telenovela-esque rom-com with dancing and singing.
Yep.
What else could you want, folks?
Several things. One, my main complaint about this movie is that nobody tweezed the heroine's eyebrows.
Simran,
perhaps
gorgeous. Simran,
like she's so gorgeous, but that unibrow was just real distracting
every time because there were a lot of close-ups.
I love these two lead actors so much that I will now watch everything else they've been in.
Everyone. They are apparently also, Wikipedia told me, like considered everyone's favorite Bollywood couple. And because this movie was so successful, they made like 5 more Bollywood movies together because the chemistry was so good.
There are Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks.
Correct.
I love this. Amazing.
So
Netflix, thank you for putting, this is on Amazon Prime, but like the first thing that really brought Bollywood to most of like white Americans that I know was Netflix. Mm-hmm. So thank you for that. But we watched this on Amazon Prime. We'll be watching more on many more streaming services.
Wherever we can find them.
Wherever we can find them. We recommend this for joy purposes.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in the mood for a Hallmark movie with more singing and dancing, this is a great find. And let me tell you right now, do not be intimidated by the subtitles for several reasons.
Yeah.
One, just like a Hallmark movie, you don't need to pay attention.
You don't need to pay attention
to literally everything. Vibes are great. Everyone does great face acting.
Yeah. They do lots of gesturals.
There's lots of their bodies are telling the story too.
Yeah.
Also, some of the dance numbers make absolutely no dramaturgical sense, and it's what makes them so wonderful. Why is she dancing in her backyard in the rain in a white outfit? I don't know, and I don't care because it was amazing.
My favorite dance break was when she got drunk on the cognac.
Yes.
Stole that saucy red dress and then was like dancing in the hills of Switzerland.
Sure.
Yeah, this happened in the movie. About being drunk. It was amazing.
Amazing. A couple of my Indian friends have told me that like their songs from this movie were in their wedding. Like, I love this. I love this so much.
So much.
I love that nearly every trope of every romance novel I've ever read is somehow shoved into this thing. Yep. We got enemies to lovers. We've got trapped together. We've got there's only one bed. We've got arranged marriage. We've got
pretending not to know each other, like pretending to be strangers,
meddling relatives.
Yeah, all the things.
Raj's dad.
Raj's dad is one of my favorite humans right now because he is the actor who plays him, and I don't know his name, is currently on New Amsterdam, and he plays Rajesh Patel, Dr. Patel on New Amsterdam, and is delightful. He was also the father in Bride and Prejudice. He is hilarious.
Like the best comic relief.
I had no idea he had that comedic range, and it is wonderful.
Also, he has not aged since 1995, so good job, dude.
Bride and Prejudice was 2004. This was 1995, so a good decade, and he hardly looks a day. He is the Paul Rudd of Bollywood films.
Yeah. Also, like up there with the chemistry. Like, I mean, the charisma. Like, he's got a lot of charisma.
He's great.
So I definitely hated Raj at the beginning, which you're supposed to. So good job on that.
Mm-hmm.
When I fell for him was in the church. When talking to a God that he doesn't recognize or like hang out with at all, just starts chatting to Jesus. Big fan of that.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, I'm not really worth a whole lot, but she's amazing. So give her whatever she asked for. Like,
I know.
Puddle of Kristen. Like,
yeah. There's just, you have to lean into the ridiculousness of it, and it's not ridiculous because it's a different culture. Like, I think they're made to be a bit like, you know, and there's montages and singing and dancing in places that don't make sense and like all these things, but if you
costume changes in the middle of a dance number that don't
if you just lean into the joy of it, it is a rather longer, much more entertaining, celebratory Hallmark film.
Yeah. And for everyone who we're seeing on social media who's like, I'm about to run out of Netflix, good news. We just gave you a whole new genre.
You are welcome to peruse the vast collection of Bollywood films.
And just a reminder, Bollywood is just one of the many language film genres of India. Bollywood specifically means Hindi language film. So it's not, Bollywood is not every single movie that is produced in India.
Correct.
And I don't love why we always use Hollywood as a shorthand, but I understand historically why we do, because that was the first mass-produced factory of entertainment. I get it. But a lot of Nigerian films is called Nollywood. There's one coming out of Korea as well that I can't remember the slang for. So lots of options. We will be exploring all of those other film industries in the next couple of years as we work our way through all of these months, both that other people celebrate and that we create ourselves.
And that we made up.
But we cannot endorse Bollywood as an entity and a genre high enough. Yeah. We're going to be dipping into drama ones too. Personally, we've got a list going on that we're excited. If you're watching this and you're a big Bollywood stan, throw us some links. We want to know where we're going.
Please. Please tell us.
We like everything. We're not big noir fans. Like, that's not really our genre, but we like just about everything else. Right. So please tell us what to watch. We'd love to find a really good example of a masala film, and so we can kind of see what that looks like. So if you know that would be amazing, because we'd love to cover a masala film. Mm-hmm. And I think really just watch this. Yeah, it's a long sit. So thankfully it's on services that we can pause it. But it's worth every penny that you possibly pay for one of those services. So good. It's a great introduction. Like, I agree with those BuzzFeed articles. It is a great introduction to Bollywood. Because it was also this filmmaker's first film. So imagine making that film like out of the bat. The imposter syndrome for film too. I will do a deep dive into his history afterwards to see if he either went like amazing or like downhill. Did we go Harper Lee or did we go James Cameron? Which one did we do? Like Rob Reiner or, somebody else who failed. So we'll learn about that as well, but we're excited to keep delving into the genres of industries in India. Next week, we're going to the UK side of the Indian immigrant experience and talking about Bend It Like Beckham, which is so good. I can't wait. So we'll see you all, guys. We will see you all for that.